What's going on, guys? This is the advanced revolver cleaning. Hopefully there won't be too many parts to it. I'll do this as quick as I can. But I've already got my revolver worked on. I did the steps in the previous video, and now we're going to start cracking it down to its really small parts. The first thing I like to take apart is your barrel, and it's got 3 screws on the left side. Go ahead and pull those out. Make sure you don't lose them. Probably going to be a little bit of residue on it. Your plunger will come out like this. It's got a screw on it. Take that off. So you've got, this is your barrel, this is your plunger, this is the other part, the actual piston. And if they're rusty, get some steel wool and some WD-40, clean the rust off. If they're not too bad, just kind of wipe them down. Brush them off as much as you think you need to, as much as, depending on how clean you want them. If you want them to get all polished and shiny, you can do that too. Just use brass polish, silver polish, whatever. Once you got that, make sure you clean out all these creases where the wedge goes. That way you don't build up crap. It makes it harder to load your gun. The cylinder, I've already shown you how to take the nipples off, so that's no big deal. There's no other moving parts. Just take the nipples off and clean them really well. But the meat of this project is in the handle. And there's a certain order you got to kind of do it so that that spring inside there doesn't, you don't want to put any unnecessary kickback release. So there's 2 screws right back here behind the hammer. I'm going to take those off first. And as you loosen them, you'll feel the wood of the grip kind of start pushing away. Pull those out. And then the next one you want to take off is this one here at the bottom. Make sure, hold your gun pretty tight. Like I said, that spring has tension on it. You don't want any parts to go flying or anything like that. It's not too bad, but make sure you want to get a grip around this part where your hand goes and the back of the gun. You'll feel it drop out. When you pull it, it just comes off like that. Here's the spring. There's the handle. It's got no screws in it. Usually get a little bit of powder residue, dust buildup, whatever you like to call it, inside there. It's there's not much you have to clean on this part. If you want to oil the wood, you can oil the wood, or shine up the brass, you can do that. Now, the most difficult part of taking this revolver is this spring. It's really hard to get back in place and tension right. Okay, I won't say it's really hard, but it's hard enough. And probably the easiest way is don't try to take this screw out of the spring first, because it's going to be out of alignment. Go ahead and take the brass frame. It has 3 screws in it. Unscrew those, but don't do them all the way. Just do them a couple turns, all of them at a time, and it will start slowly relieving that pressure. If you unscrew one screw and then another screw while the last screw is still really tight, you run the risk of putting too much tension on it, and it's going to pull the threads out. Especially if your grip frame is made out of aluminum or something like that. It's going to pop a little bit. There's this last. There's the trigger guard. You don't have to take this spring off if you don't want to. I mean, I will, just to show you it's possible, but there's not a whole lot to clean there. Now, I figure we'll set this aside for now. But go ahead and wipe all this crap off of your brass. You know, any rust on the spring, take care of the spring really well, because if it rusts and breaks, you gotta get a new one. All the screws, like in the first video, brush them off with a toothbrush and then put a drop of oil on them so that they don't get locked up in there. If you want to, get something like this, brass polish, just stick it on a cloth and you get this stuff bright and shiny like a mirror. I'll do a couple parts at the end of the video to kind of show you how, if you already don't know how. Now this is the really intricate working part. Just go ahead. All the screws are on the left side. Samuel Colt was left-handed, and that's why if you look, the trigger's offset to the left a little bit. But that's why all the screws in the entire gun, save for the ones on the top and bottom, are on the left side. So hold it with the right side facing down so you don't drop any parts out of it. Start taking these screws out. You know what? Before you do that, there is another spring right here. Probably be helpful if you take that out first, just to kind of relieve that tension. I forgot. There's one bolt or one screw. It's pretty small. It's in the middle. Spring looks like this. Take that out. All these other parts will have no tension on them. Then you can take the other 3 screws out. Now, I've done this so many times I can figure it out pretty quick, but you might want to kind of practice taking apart your gun and putting it back together. But it's not too bad to figure out. There's a trigger. Pull that out first. Then your hammer will come out. Sometimes you got to kind of wiggle your hammer because there's another little spring on the side of it. Oh, I dropped it. Right here, and it's got a little bit of tension on it. And lastly, you have your little rocker arm for your trigger. Looks like this, and it also keeps the cylinder from turning whenever it's at half cock. So now you've got just it's completely disassembled, all the raw metal parts. You want to go ahead and brush them all off, take care of your oiling, any kind of residue you want to get out of them, wipe them down real good. If you're taking your gun apart all the way, you might as well do it right. And any kind of little dust particles that you see down in there, once again, we got my hemostats. This is such a wonderful tool for cleaning guns. Get your little patch, and if you fold it into just a tiny square, it has corners on it that you can really get into all those little crevices and right angles and whatnot. Alright, I'm about out of time. Got like 1 minute left, but I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off, and it looks like we'll just have a part 2, maybe a part 3 for assembly. But all I'm going to do now is any residue, any grime, any dirt that's on any of these little parts, wipe it off, shine it up, steel wool, brass polish, whatever you want to do, get the rust off, and we'll come back in the next video and put it back together.